Hey guys, it's Quickly again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the Exodus Marshmallow for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, as one of the most requested ROM reviews, Exodus has taken the lead. I mean, surprisingly, a lot of people have asked me about this ROM. The reason this is so late is because whenever I make a new review of the same ROM, before I even upload it, there's a new version available, and I mean, it's just my, I have this tendency to just disregard any video which I've already made if there is a newer version available. So to say that I have a fair bit of experience with this ROM would be an understatement, because I have used this previously as my kind of a daily driver. I have been using this for performance testing and benching and all that, and I really like this ROM. There are a lot of quirks to this ROM. This is basically a CyanogenMod based ROM, but this has a lot more feature set and a lot more, I wouldn't say more, but still a more coherent feature set than CyanogenMod. So let's get started now. First of all, what you would see here is the settings menu. In the settings menu, you can see it is Exodus, and it does have a very peculiar sense of style to it, so that is something there. Exodus version is 6.0, which basically corresponds to Marshmallow, and this is the latest nightly available. And yeah, I've stopped looking forward to a newer version because there are a lot of nightlies available. And it is Android 6.8.1 R62, which is the latest one. It does have the August security patches, so you will be covered in that regard. It does have release keys. This is a release version, so yeah, you do have SC Linux as enforcing, but you can consider you can actually disable or change it to permissive from the settings menu, which I will be showing you guys later. So that is it in the about phone page. Now let's go to the settings menu. In the settings menu, which you would see is basically the basic stock AOSP experience. You wouldn't see any extra settings in these settings because it's all hidden away in something else. So I'll be getting that to that later. So in the display settings, you do have a two-tone theme option, which is light, which you just saw, and you can have dark for a slightly better battery saving and slightly better aesthetics if you are into dark themes. So you do have that. You do have font size selector, which is a slider, which is amazing. Ambient display can be enabled here. Sound and notification option, you do have all the options which you would expect. The sounds and all that can be customized. It does have audio effects equalizer, so you will be able to change a little bit of your tones and sounds, so that is also really nice to see. Notification light can be customized to any of you want. A battery light also can be customized. App notification can be customized from here. These are all CyanogenMod settings, so nothing special in here, but still these are really nice to see in these ROMs. Now battery, I have to say battery life has been a champ on this ROM. I really like the battery life which I received from this ROM, and it does have dash charging, so you will be covered in that regard also. But man, this is one champ of a ROM for being CM based. It does have a very good battery life. I was able to get about one full day without recharging, and as I've already said in my previous ROM reviews also, there isn't much reason to go with the Oxygen OS right now because the battery life and all that is pretty much neck to neck in a CM based ROM, and you get more features out of it, and well, admittedly better speed. On the other stuff, you do have ambient display where you can select the tilt sensor and proximity wake sensor, and with the hand wave and all that. Additional buttons are working, and you will be able to get that working, so pretty nice to see. Location settings, all of these are basically the normal stuff which you will be seeing, so nothing special in here. Now, where are the extra settings? Well, they reside in something here. So these are the Exodus. So settings menu has been tweaked to give you this slide out menu where you can customize the Exodus settings, which they are calling it. So yeah, let's get to the interference settings now. You do have navbar settings, so it even has legacy menu support, so you can have the legacy, something which I really appreciate in this is this thing, which is basically keyboard options. So whenever you have the keyboard enabled, you do have the arrow keys on both sides, so that is pretty amazing. In the status bar options, you do have battery styles, battery percentage, clock styles to any of these. I like center, AM/PM indicator as small or large, force expand notification, network traffic, quick status bar pull down, greetings, which I really appreciated, which is basically when you turn on the screen, this will come up and will greet you, so you can actually have a lot of stuff with that. System icon toggler, which is basically the marshmallow setting. You can actually disable anything you don't want here. Gesture settings, you do have gestures for double tap to wake, double tap to sleep on the nav bar, so you do have that. And also double tap on here if you enable that, double tap on here to let it go back to sleep, so that you can just go for just if you just want to see the time, or if you have any notification, you can do that if you aren't using active display. So that is really nice. Lock screen options, you do have two options here for setting the lock screen wallpaper, or you can select the clear wallpaper from lock screen and it will clear all the wallpapers, and it will, right now I guess it's blur lock screen, which is enabled in the security menu, so you can have that. Overview, in the overview, what is overview? This is overview. Okay, it's just a fancy name for recent menu. You do have memory bar, and also you can enable search bar if you have Google apps installed. If you click clear all button, it will also close the foreground application, so you can disable that for all I care. So in the power menu option, you do have all this. You can enable all of these and also blur behind power menu. So if you disable that and press the power menu, it will be just the normal one. If you enable that, that would be really awesome. I mean, I really like the aesthetic sense of that, so pretty nice. Also, this is the option which is landscape immersive mode. If you change the phone to landscape mode, it goes into immersive mode and you have to swipe back. So that can be really useful if you're trying to set VR settings on your new shiny VR headset. So yeah, I had experience with that. Now in the hardware settings, you do have action reminding. Basically you can customize all these options. Now that is really amazing. I really like this option better than the CM in implementation, because you do have a lot more what you can do. Even favorite contacts, no action, open close menu, all that can be customized here. But I would have liked the custom app option also here, which would have been really amazing. I would have really appreciated that, but well, something is better than nothing, so I guess that. Backlight can be customized to how much time it will be there. Gestures, now this is the lock screen gestures, and these are available on the Oxygen OS also, so that is basically it. Press power button twice for camera, playback control from the music key, so that is available. Wake up on plug is also something available. ROM controls, in the ROM controls you do have a bit more of settings. Now LCD density is my favorite. I have 400 set. I will have 400 set, so that is really nice. Now this is also really nice to see. Document UI file manager, the document menu is pretty nice, but if you enable that, you will have the internal storage option here, and you can go on and install custom APK files and all that from there. So that is really nice. I really appreciate that. You also have AOSP app manager, which automatically removes AOSP application flash with the ROM when Google Apps Play stores have been installed. So yeah, if you like a Snapdragon camera, you can enable that and all that. Pretty nice to see. You do have options in here, so yeah. It also has a system app remover if you have any problem with applications, so you can actually remove them from here and it will work out. I really like that. Now this is where you can select the SELNX permissive or assertive, so you can actually enable permissive, and you do need to restart your device to have that. So yeah. Now it does have substratum. Now let me just tell you guys straight, I don't like substratum because it doesn't feel much of an improvement over layers, and I really didn't like layers either because it's not very easy to set a theme in that. I would have liked to have CM theme engine, because CM theme engine was really simple and it got the job done, so I really appreciate that. So yeah. Now it does have XOS wallpapers, which has a lot of amazing wallpaper collection. I'm really looking, and I'm really loving how much of a great wallpaper selection this has. I really appreciate that. You can go ahead and download any of these wallpapers and set it as your wallpaper and have that working. So this is really nice to see in a custom ROM here. So yeah. Super Su is integrated into the settings menu, so you do have that option here, so you can actually customize that. Pretty nice to see. And Exodus Updater. Now this is another big source of this ROM. I really like this because whenever there is an update, you will be notified, and you can download the Delta builds, which, well, basically I tried to download a Delta build, but it was well, it was 400 meg, so it's almost same as the full ROM. So you can download that and flash it, and you can also set how to flash the auto flash settings. And the settings menu, you can have it to dirty flash or a clean flash, whatever you need to do. You can actually adjust or wipe the cache and Dalvik and all that. These are really amazing settings, which I really appreciate. If you take the time to go into this, you can just have your update process automated without any effort from you. So that is really amazing. Now, something else which I really appreciate in this ROM is something called the notification history. Yeah, it does have a notification history, which is amazing. You have no idea how many times I've banged my head just pulling down stuff to watch the time, and out of some reflex, I click the clear all button, and whatever notification there was, I don't know what the that was. And it might be an advertisement, but it might also be a mail, for which I have to go to my mail application and check if there's any new mail. So this kind of solves that problem. It is a basic you know that briefing screen when you play Grand Theft Auto 5. You can just go ahead and read whatever was said to you before you decided to skip the cutscene. So that's really nice to see. I really appreciate this ROM, and for just including that. I wish more custom ROM manufacturers just include something like that, or at least in concept, so that we can read whatever we had swiped away. Maybe a privacy issue, but still, I guess the usefulness of it just trumps the privacy issue. I guess that. I think that's something which we can live with, right? So yeah, let me show you guys the Antutu benchmark score which I received with this ROM. Now, this is not the highest score or anything like that. The highest score which I received was a staggering 154,000 in near about that score, which is really amazing for a ROM. And yeah, just so you guys know, and yeah, it is more than the OnePlus 3. So yeah, let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty nice. So here is the boot animation for the Exodus ROM, and it is amazing. It's minimal, to the point, and that is the X in Exodus, as you will see. So yeah, pretty nice. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM. I mean, I understand why this ROM has a lot of people asking for a ROM like this, and it is a really amazing ROM. I have been using this, as I've already said, I've been using this on and off because of the update cycle, and it was pretty amazing. I had a very good time with it. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And something which I want to notify is that the notification light does not go away when you restart the phone. It just stays on there. You do need to just finger it and just get that out of the way. So yeah, just so you guys know. I guess that much is it about the ROM. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.